Hello there, math fans. As many of you know, I've been measuring sculptures on the UW campus. And when I was on campus the other day, I discovered, I guess we'd call it a sculpture that I had never seen before. And I don't think anyone has ever seen this as a sculpture before. And so I decided I would name it. And I apologize that there might be a pun hidden somewhere in this video, but then I will show you a video of me measuring the height. I apologize ahead of time. This is the pillar in remembrance of Emir Jent's C. So here's a picture of Green Lake. And over here is, apologies. Over here is where the University of Washington is, the current site. Now, the University of Washington moved. I will give some real history here. It's just there's a pun hidden somewhere in here. But most people don't know that when the university site was built, there was a small lake here. And one of the founders of the university is this Denny. Many of the names you hear on campus, Meany, Denny, Bagley, they were founders of the university. As probably is not a surprise. It's kind of interesting to read the history, which I've been doing a little bit, and doing these sculptures, which I've enjoyed. So Denny had a cousin named Emir Jent, which was an unusual name at the time. And he tried to save this little lake, and so they always called it Emir Jent's Sea. But we'll get back to that in a sec. Let's do a little bit of history. The University of Washington, the library site, has a nice history of the University of Washington. Founded in 1861. There's this long quote about, let's not waste money on this, which is funny they started with that. There's some pictures of the first buildings, where it was located. They talk about Bagley and Denny, who started this. 2 acres were deeded by Charles and Mary Terry and Edward Lander. A.S. Mercer was the first professor and teacher. So a lot of names that carry meaning on our campus. Some interesting original pictures. There's no joke here. This is all true. It says that in 1875, the list of courses, tuition was $12 per term. So it's gone up a little bit. They allowed both men and women at the time. It talks about the columns here, which I've made a joke about in a previous video. But it's kind of interesting to read through this. I actually had never read through this before. They decided they would move the campus, which brings in my issue about Emir Jent's C, but we'll talk about that in a second. Edward Meany was the first valedictorian and later joined the state legislature. Okay. And then it even goes on to talk about the new site, how they cut it down, some pictures, how they'd move things out. So, the rest of this is not true. And I probably shouldn't do it. So we were walking around campus measuring different things by throwing the tennis ball, as I've been doing. And so we came across this. There's several of these on campus, but I'm calling it the pillars in remembrance of Emir Jent C. And the creator of this was Calfur Halp. Calfur Halp was the artist. I probably shouldn't make a joke about these. These are very valuable. I'm glad that these are around campus and there's a lit space for help. I just was pretending it was a sculpture. I'm looking for things to measure. So apologies for that bad pun. Anyways, I did this one. I tried to throw it from the ground. My son recorded me. Boom. The one sad thing was this is the first time I have not caught the ball in one of these videos. I could have redone it, but I wanted to own it that I didn't do it. So because of I thought it was about 1.8 seconds. So double it and square it. you get that it's about, did I do that? 1.8 seconds. Let's do it. So we're going to double it times 1.8 to the second, 12.96 feet. So about 12 feet. I hadn't checked that number before because I was too focused on my really bad pun. But maybe that's about 12 feet tall. Again, not a perfect measurement. Okay, that's it. Sorry for the bad pun. I'm running out of sculptures to measure. I do intend to make at least 1 or 2 more videos where I measure how high I can hit it with a tennis racket, and so we can measure some higher things. I can hit a ball extremely high with a tennis racket. I've never actually measured how high it goes, so I'm kind of excited to do that. I'll probably do that in the days ahead. But that's it. Enough of that. I just wanted to use that video clip in some way and still give some history.